I guess it's time to officially start the stream, and what better way to do it with a Mad Season video, freshly made just a couple of hours ago. Apparently, it's about Blizzard completely demolishing every single competitor in their way through legal acts. Wow, so crazy. I mean, Blizzard just used to make a great product, and everything else just crumbled. Just look at Rift, rest in peace, by the way. And now, all they do is fight legal battles with private servers. Absolutely wild.
Hey guys, what's up? Mad Season here, back with another video for you.
His character is bald.
Hits just keep on coming for the World of Warcraft private server community. Recently it was made public that yet another one has been put into Blizzard sites. This time it's Ascension World of Warcraft, which is a private server group with multiple projects under their belts, including a couple of Classic Plus-esque servers. A lot.
I mean, you know what's crazy? I thought Blizzard were never going to touch Ascension, but I was wrong. I was so wrong about that. Like, you guys were right. You actually told me they're gonna come for Ascension. I didn't believe that. I thought that Ascension was different enough that Blizzard wouldn't care. Because Ascension was just a bunch of random assets thrown together, pretty much. It was more like a mod you'd see on Minecraft rather than a tangible Classic Plus experience. And people liked that, and that was good. But I didn't think Blizzard would care. Apparently I was wrong. Maybe the acquisition of APOC by Ascension is what triggered Blizzard. I'm not really sure. But anyway, yeah, it was so weird.
Suit has officially been engaged by Blizzard Entertainment. And much like with the Turtle WoW coverage, I just wanted to make a video about it here, kind of talking about some of the details and maybe comment on the future private servers / Classic Plus in general. Before we begin, I do want to put my usual disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer. I 100% can get things wrong in this video. This is basically just all my understanding after having gone through the documents, and I'll try my best to summarize it and to be accurate and not spread misinformation, but I'm definitely capable of mistakes. And in the spirit of accurate information, I will have the public documents listed in the description if you would like to view them yourself, if you think I misinterpreted or misunderstood something. So just to set the stage here first, if you don't know what's been going on with Blizzard, they've been very active in the legal world against private servers as of late, having just recently getting the very popular Turtle WoW server shut down.
Yeah, very active is an understatement, by the way. Blizzard literally invoked the RICO Act. In fact, if you don't know what that means, it basically used to target criminal organizations overseas. So Blizzard treated Turtle WoW and Ascension as a mafia, which is crazy. This is absolutely outlandish and preposterous, but it just goes to show to which length Blizzard are willing to go to when it comes to money. Listen, they have bots, rampant botting issue inside of World of Warcraft for years. They did not take care of it. Turtle WoW managed to do that. Blizzard, apparently they can't. The game sucks balls. They ship the game with literal command bugs inside of raids, even though that was known in the PDR. And I'm talking about the recent Midnight patch, by the way. And they did not fix that. Apparently, they don't have enough money for developers or QA testers, anything like that. But they have the manpower to sue some fans overseas. You guys starting to understand what I'm saying when I talk about Blizzard truly does not care about you? Do you guys see it now? Blizzard could do anything that they want. They can make retail good like that. They choose not to. And that's what you need to pay attention to.
Server that launched many years ago and slowly over time built off of the base vanilla version of the game with various changes that many would describe to be Classic Plus, such as, new areas, quests, dungeons, raids, balance changes, professions, and much more. They became extremely popular in recent years as the desire for a Classic Plus experience has increased, but it ended up being a little too popular as
insane numbers.
Started boasting record-breaking
500,000 active players worldwide. I think that post was what got him. I think that if Turtle WoW never boasted about insanely huge player counts, Blizzard would be less incentivized to sue them. But I think they would have been sued regardless. It was just, maybe it would buy them another month or two. But for the most part, I think that was got him. I think that what got him. Okay, whatever. Just brain lag there. I think at the end of the day they shouldn't have done this, but you know what? For the sake of the game, I enjoyed every minute of it. TurtleWow used to call Blizzard developers on Twitter. It was glorious, man. I covered that and it was beautiful. Yeah, I hate retail and it's absolute garbage developers. Based.
Numbers.
Same.
They started advertising the game using Google's AdSense program.
There we go.
Directly poking the
There we go. They're calling them out on
snarky
Twitter.
Social media posts. So Blizzard first hit them with a cease and desist, which is basically an order to stop doing this or else we're going to sue you. That ended up being ignored, leading to the actual lawsuit with all of the fixings and much more, including a RICO charge, which claimed that TurtleWow and those running it were operating this multinational criminal enterprise. This was part of the RICO Act, which was used to take down the mafia, by the way. And Turtle resisted at first.
Told you.
Many people believed them to be immune due to their geographical location of not just the server, but also the employees who were affiliated with it. They made a plea.
No one is immune. If you're operating overseas, you can be caught and you can be, in some sort of way, to a certain degree, be punished. Okay, now the way they did it with TurtleWow, obviously they couldn't get their real address and all that stuff because they were hidden. The way that they did get them is creating a ring of fire around them. So basically they disabled PayPal so they couldn't take any donations. They disabled a Discord server. They disabled anyone who was working with them. And that way they smoked them out. They had no other way to go except, you know, taking the defeat. They took the L. Unfortunately, but that's how it worked.
The attempt with Blizzard to, basically work with them. But at the end of the day,
they should have dropped the Blizzard diss track. I think they're still saving it for the doomsday.
If you fuck with the money of people who have enough money to do something about it, that something will be done about it. And just about a month ago, as of this posting, after enormous legal pressure, the server did announce its shutdown. And why am I mentioning this? Well, it's because pretty much the exact same process has been started for Ascension. So Ascension WoW has been running since 2016. On their website, they claim to have hosted over 1 million players over their decade-long tenure. And
yeah, which is so crazy because how many people ask Blizzard for this, man? Like, people wanted classless servers for so long. I even remember that. People wanted the freedom to, like, build your own character, do, level up, make it kind of like a roguelite. But Blizzard never got to it because they don't care. They don't want to make fun stuff. They want to make money fast. Instead of wasting time developing a new mod, they make like 7 different cash store mounts, and that's what they care about. That's where their priorities lie. Instead of making the game fun, they want to make the shop more excessive and predatory.
Hosting a variety of servers from vanilla to expansions like Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and Classic Plus type of servers. Not being super familiar with their work, I'll try my best to explain it. And from what I gather, their most popular one right now is Bronzebeard, which advertises beyond Classic Plus, and it's
not Classic Plus.
You would see on most people's lists of what they think Classic Plus is. But a big difference is that it's running on the Wrath of the Lich King client, in this sort of hybrid with Wrath talents, XP.
Yeah, and it has infinite buffs. It has infinite NPCs following you around, giving you quests and free items. It has all of the most predatory Eastern MMO slop cash up gacha items. And on top of that, everything is sped up like 5x%. Which, like 5x straight up. It's insane. It's not even remotely close to Classic. It's not Classic. Never call it Classic. It's retail. It's not Classic.
Rates and so on. They also have Area 52, which operates on the classless system, where you kind of build your own custom characters using any class, spell, or talent in the game. Kind of like a roguelike spin on the game.
Yeah, exactly. People have wanted that for years.
Version is split up into different eras and expansions. And there's also Elune, which is a seasonal mode with another roguelike spin on it, where after level 10 you start getting random talents and abilities, so everybody's characters are completely unique from each other. There seems to be more, but from my admittedly limited knowledge, these are the main ones that people actually play. And there's also Project Epoch, which is another variety of Classic Plus.
Yeah, I really wanted to play that.
This was initially made by another team, but they lacked the infrastructure to host all of the people trying to play it. and they suffered a catastrophic launch. And because of that, they handed over the infrastructure of the project to Ascension WoW, but it seems like they never recovered from the poor launch, from what I'm to understand, and nobody really plays it. But that is another server that wasn't made by Ascension, but they're the ones who are hosting it. So now things are being moved forward with the actual lawsuit, similar to Turtle WoW, with the same RICO charge being cited. But a major difference is that where people thought that Turtle WoW had some sort of immunity due to it operating outside of the United States, Ascension, for the most part...
Because people are mostly high on copium, hopium, and delirium. And it's doubly true for WoW Classic players. We just want a good experience, we're willing to take any bait. But no, I actually knew this was coming. I always said, whenever I quit Turtle WoW after like hitting max level, well almost, I think I was like 1 level away from max, I knew that this game was about to die. And it kind of took the wind out of me, because I wanted to swap my character. I played an Arcane Mage, and towards the end of the leveling there, I wasn't really a huge fan of it, so I wanted to swap to a Shaman Tank, because apparently you can do that there, which, by the way, it's what I'm doing currently in Season of Discovery. So, you know, I digress. I wanted to play a new character, and whenever I wanted to open that new character, I told to myself, this server is about to be shutting down soon. I knew it. They flew way too close to the sun. I could tell, man. Like, I could tell Blizzard were fixing their gaze on them. And I mean, like, gaze and, like, looking at them, okay? Not the other way around. It's insane. It's absolutely crazy. But unfortunately, I was right. I really hoped that I would be wrong. But no. I knew that Blizzard were about to take them down. I knew that Classic Plus was about to be revealed on September on the upcoming BlizzCon. It's never going to happen. They would never let another competitor take this many players from them. Never. 500,000 is a crazy number. Multiply it by the money it takes for one sub, and don't even add the potential cash up monetization they can pull off of that.
It seems to be operating within it. Specifically, the company associated with it is in Nevada, but apparently it's like a shell company, sort of, and the actual server is hosted in France. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't really understand it myself, so I don't want to talk too much about that, but it's not really that important, because more importantly, many of the employees and people associated with Ascension WoW are US based, including, as Blizzard alleges, even the owners of the server, who they say are the masterminds of the project, and they're located in Akron, Ohio, and Nashville, Tennessee. So the big difference here from
and how they even found him?
These international protections that ultimately were not enough for Turtle WoW exist even less for Ascension and the people operating it. And it's not looking good right now, since, you know, theoretically it's much easier, of course, for Blizzard to reach these people. You might remember in the discovery phase of the Turtle WoW lawsuit, Blizzard's strategy basically revolved around going after the employees that were easiest to reach, which were located in the United States, in order to get more information about
probably Discord docs him
server and things
that
such
can be
as
true.
How much money
I
they've
can
been
see that,
making, and so on and so forth. Going more into the actual details, like I said, it's a lot of the same stuff with Turtle WoW coverage. It's a complaint filed by Blizzard Entertainment against Project Ascension. They cite copyright infringement of their IP Warcraft, and that the private server is allowing unauthorized access to a modified version of their game without their consent. Like Turtle WoW, Ascension is apparently monetized through donations, and according to Blizzard, they've allegedly generated millions of dollars of revenue.
Is that true? I wonder. I know this is like an allegation because you can't know the exact number. They haven't really been publishing it, but it sounds about right. I know that Ascension has existed for a long time now, and only recently it got like really insane traffic, so that's kind of Blizzard gave them the hammer. But I can definitely see how they earned millions. It is possible. If you have, let's say, 200k people playing this game, and Turtle WoW had like 500,000 worldwide, so if Ascension had like 200k, which is even less than half of this, but since they're aggressively monetizing their cash up, I can see how they got a milli. Yeah, I can see that. That's plausible, in my opinion.
And, you know, they operate it through these shell companies and conceal their identities, and they actively market the service through paid advertisements.
Yeah, it only takes a couple of whales, exactly.
You know, they have all this money to be offering out these advertisements. of course, there has to be a sizable profit that they're making, right? And much like with the Turtle Wow lawsuit, Blizzard's now going to be going through the discovery phase. They're going to be pinging payment processors, Discord DMs, other financial...
Yeah, $1 million is nothing for Blizzard, which is the funny part. No, you don't really get it. It was never about like the million. It was about the dishonor that Blizzard got. Blizzard got upstage by a bunch of fans. It's like the Iron Man meme, like Tony Stark made this in a cave with a bunch of scraps. It's exactly the same. That's what Turtle Wow and Ascension done. And they upstaged Blizzard, it made them look bad, and since it made them look bad, they actively lost more and more players. And Turtle Wow calling them out on Twitter didn't really help either. It just expedited the entire process. So this is what it's really all about, because Blizzard didn't care for years. Turtle Wow existed for 8 years before being put on the grill. Ascension has existed for many years as well. So it clearly never the case. They only went on Blizzard radar once they started to gain popularity. There's a correlation there.
Financial vendors and basically just gathering as much information as possible.
Yeah, you cannot make a private server using another company IP and monetize it. Of course. Nobody's advocating for it. Like, I always say, piracy is illegal. You should just support a real product. But at the same time, if the real product is trash and Blizzard is treating their player base like idiots and rats, we shouldn't support them either. I'd much rather have a great private server that doesn't milk my money than a Blizzard retail product currently. So, listen, I'm not advocating for piracy. I would like to give Blizzard my money in good faith, but Blizzard need to act in good faith too. It's a both-way street, right? It's a two-way street. You can't just take. You need to give something back.
Possible to see who's involved with it, how much money they're making, and it also looks like they're going to be trying to get that money as well. They do use a lot of the same argumentation. I mean, why not? After all, it worked. They go on to say that Ascension hosting the server causes damage to their IP and reputation. And
there we go. There we go. You see? That's the moneymaker. That is it. That is it. We got it. We got him. This is the line that Blizzard truly cares about. Defendant activities have damaged and threatened to continue damaging Blizzard reputation and goodwill. True. It's definitely not the Cosby suite. It's definitely not the fridge raiding or the cube crawling. It's a bunch of fans making a better game than they do with their own assets. True.
It essentially takes money out of Blizzard's pocket since, people can play it without paying them. You might be asking what they want. Of course, they do want the server shut down. And like I said, they are seeking monetary damages, and they're trying to get the money that Ascension has earned over the years. And that's essentially...
Oh my god, that's just rubbing salt in the wounds at this point. Like, do you really care? It's just a couple of doubloons. Just let them have it. No, man, they want everything. They want it gone.
It's going to happen, but it is the early stages of the lawsuit where they're throwing out summons and, giving people time to lawyer up and respond. After which point, surely, just like Turtle Wow, they'll be going through the discovery phase and all that. People have different reactions. As usual, you have...
There we go. Yeah, a lot of these people, we met them.
Going at it. The private server people are not pleased. The Blizzard people are celebrating the fact that they're not pleased. And these two groups, kind of go at it from time to time. Whatever the case is, if you ask...
Yeah, listen, I think both sides of the aisle kind of act in a very extreme way. Even though I am on the classic server Andy, I really wish Turtle Wow would have lived. I do understand the other side as well, but I don't understand the gloat. Like, why are you so happy? I have so many people in my comments whenever I cover this video, these type of videos, and I'll bet I'll have it like on this video exactly the same way. Is people are like, yeah, they shut them down, like, you bunch of losers, like, go play the official thing. Like, dog, why are you so happy? You're getting screwed just as much as I do. I don't get it. Like, why are you running defense for a multi-billion-dollar company that clearly does not care about you, clearly doesn't have your best interest in mind? All they're looking is to milk you and give you the lowest effort product for maximum price available. What are you doing? You actually had private servers making Blizzard think twice about their next product. And it worked for Classic. It worked for Classic with Nostalrius, and now we're seeing it with Turtle Wow and Classic Plus. So clearly, private servers did a very good service. So why are you gloating? That's the most idiotic thing I can imagine.
It's just yet another sign that Blizzard's planning to do a Classic Plus of their own. Like, this isn't even the end of it. There's another server called Stormforge.
Oh yeah,
got a cease
that's
and
the next
desist,
one.
and they actually complied with it.
Yeah,
so
they're just
they're seemingly doing everything they can to
yeah, they didn't want to get publicly doxxed, so everyone's like, you know what, we're tapping out. It's fine.
squelch any and all competition within the Classic Plus market. You know, just like how they did with Nostalrius back in 2016 before announcing their own version of Classic, which is now in Mist of Pandaria, aka one of the expansions that created the desire to go back to vanilla to begin with, which I've mentioned a million times makes absolutely zero sense, but I digress. But the fate of Ascension seems to be pretty set in stone, considering the precedent set by Turtle, and putting the specific details of the lawsuit aside, I think it really is just about sending a message. In the past, Blizzard really has just kind of let the private servers go under the radar, unless they become really popular, like with Nostalrius. But it seems like this year they've really flipped a switch, and they're being super aggressive in the pursuit of these servers, which has a big impact on, obviously, the private World of Warcraft server scene, but also private servers for any MMO or online multiplayer games, because it's all about precedence, and people for sure will be mentioning not only Turtle WoW in discussions of legality or international protections from IP infringement.
I think it's just a matter of clearing the ground for the upcoming Classic Plus announcement. I think that's really it. They want to make sure they have zero competition out there in the wilderness waiting to yank their players, because people, imagine if Classic Plus came out and it wasn't up to par with Turtle WoW standards. You know how embarrassing that would be for Blizzard? If people constantly compared their official version to Turtle WoW, a fan-made private server, and it constantly upstaged them, that would have been embarrassing. That's why Blizzard did what they did.
Enforcement, but also now Ascension as well. So, yeah, big moment in the world of gaming, particularly MMOs. Just like with the Turtle WoW situation, if there's anything like big or worthy to report on, I'll probably make a follow-up. But I don't know, it seems to me that the direction this is going is pretty clear and predictable, so I'm not sure if that'll really be needed. So probably Ascension will make a statement, either complying or shutting down. They haven't said anything yet, at least as of this recording. They might pull a Turtle WoW and try to work out a deal with Blizzard, and probably Blizzard won't really care about that, and they'll just continue to apply pressure until they get what they want. I think that the whole process will probably be faster this time, since it seems like the people affiliated with the server are largely US based. All in all, Turtle WoW took like 8 months start to finish, but I think this one will probably conclude much faster. But I guess we'll have to see. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching the video.
Wow, great video. Great video by Matt Season Show. I'm sorry I talked over this so much. I already doubled the time of the runtime of this video. Like, I just had so much to say about this. I truly miss Turtle WoW, man. It will never be the same without it. I just hope, and it's wishful thinking, I know, that Classic Plus may somehow be up to par.